We're going to look at how to use the simple interest formula to calculate variables other than the interest. We're looking at how to calculate PR or T. So for our first example, let's say that our interest is $415. Our principal is $1,300. Our rate is unknown. I don't know my rate. And my time is 5 years. So basically what I'm saying here, what this example is saying, is that we have $1,300 in some account. After 5 years, it has gained $415 in interest. What was the interest rate on that account? So remember, using the formula here, I equals PRT. That means that $415 needs to equal 1,300 times my rate, which I don't know yet, times 5. So essentially what I'm doing here is I'm going to be solving this like an equation. I'm going to be multiplying the 1,300 and the 5, and then I'm going to divide 415 by that number after I multiply. So when I do 1,300 times 5, that gives me 6,500. And then I'm going to take my interest, 415, and divide it by 6,500. And that's going to get me a decimal, and I've rounded this decimal. Gets me 0.064. Now, you only have to do this with rate because rate is a percent. You need to write your answer as a percent. 0.064 would be 6.4%. So that means in this particular example, this account is getting a 6.4% interest rate. Okay, let's take a look at another example. Here we go. Let me get erased here. Mr. Markgraf has showed me how to use the smartboard for my recordings, and it makes things a lot easier, especially erasing. Okay, let's take a look at another one. Let's say I have an interest of $1,150. I don't know my principal, so I don't know how much money I started with in this account. But I do know that I have an interest rate of 6%, and my time is 9 months. So again, what this is saying here is that after 9 months, this account, after 9 months with a 6% interest rate, has made $1,150 in interest. What was the starting amount of money? How much money did we start with in this account? So right off the bat, before we start doing any calculations, this should set off a little bit of an alarm for you. Remember, time is always in terms of years. So 9 months is 9/12 of a year. Okay, I need to divide my months by 12 to convert it into years. So 9 months is going to be 0.75 years, and that's what we're going to use for time. We are not going to use this 9 months here. We are going to be using this 0.75 years for T. Okay, so again, if we remember the formula, it says that 1,150, I equals PRT, equals P times R times T. So again, we're going to do the same thing, just like last time. Basically, I'm going to multiply these two things together, and I'm going to divide my interest by that number. So when I do my multiplication, and I do 0.06 times 0.75, that gets me, this is rounded, 0.045. So then I need to take my interest of 1,150, and I need to divide it by that number. And that's going to get me my final answer. So in this case, that gives me 25,555, that's lots of fives, and 56 cents. So that means that for this particular account, this account started with an initial principal amount of $25,555.56.